Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Men's League TV update for August the 7th, already August 7th. First of all, a shout out to my good buddy, our course marshal, Angelo Buffoni. For those of you who didn't know, 2.5 weeks ago, Angelo went in for a knee surgery, had a partial knee replacement, and wasn't expected back until mid-September. Of course, he's on my fantasy team, and that kind of sucked. Who do I see at the course yesterday? Angelo's back. He hurt a little bit on that knee, but he's playing. What a miraculous recovery! Congratulations, Angelo, and thank you very much for your contributions and your excellent efforts. And listen, don't hurt yourself, buddy. I didn't want to see you coming back too early, but hey, shot a 41 yesterday, so can't be too hurting too much. Before we also continue, I just wanted to, I've already mentioned it on the CTV update, but a good friend of ours who played men's league for many, many years and was a former men's league champion in 2010. Gord won the men's league championship, and he was in his 70s at that time. And he loved this game of golf. He just loved to be. In fact, last year I saw him out there on the practice, hitting balls and doing the best he could. As long as he could stand and swing, he was doing it. And my God, he loved it. He had a long and storied career, contributed so much to this city and community, was a influential broadcaster. And I remember him at CKOY, but I do believe he also worked for CFRA. And then even the latter part, in the 2010 to 2020, he'd go into stations and broadcast for them. He had a beautiful voice, and we're going to miss him. To Gord and his family, our prayers and our sympathies are with you. Okay, let's summarize yesterday's scores. Wow, great day for Aidan Coyle. Hey, no pins, ghost pins. First of all, I'll get to ghost pins in a minute. First of all, without the pins there, of course, okay, the pins weren't in, but come on, it wasn't that bad. If you had eyes and you had a laser or something, you could see where everybody was putting to in front of you. So you kind of knew where the hole was. So it wasn't that bad. But having said that, Aidan shot a 3 under 32 without the benefit of a flag, which is still a pretty darn good day for Aidan. Aidan's had a good week. He won 2 skins yesterday worth $180 and in total. And he's taken over the lead, a pretty commanding lead in the intermediate division, because the intermediates don't seem to be doing too well, except for Aidan. So Aidan's doing really, really well this year. Great day. And also he's a leader in the birdie race, 27 birdies. Not on pace to break the record for birdies, which is 48 in a year, but doing pretty good. Some other good scores. Matthew McNulty. Matthew had a 25, net 25 yesterday. So good for you, Matthew. 3 players had 3 birdies yesterday. Aidan, I just mentioned. Elliot Riddell and Greg Chambers. So they're rounding out for the club championship. They seem to be getting better. 38 players had 20 or more points. Once again, no pins, and that's a pretty good day for that. Mind you, it was a glorious day to play golf yesterday, but you didn't know where the pins were. I guess firing for the center of the green is not a bad idea. 15 teams had 40 or more points, and Glenn Coyle's team had the high score yesterday of 42. So that's still pretty decent. Stuart McMahon won fantasy with 61 points. Pretty low winning score, but still solid, and he gets his $25 for that. Look, a couple of things. We aren't going to focus on it today. I will focus on it more next week. I will focus more on the team races today. But the flight championships are approaching September 11th. Something to keep the new players who don't know, the top 4 players in each flight will play off on September 11th in a kind of an intersectional type format. And then the following week, the winners of each of those races will play off in the flight final. It's all handicapped, so we'll see what we go from there. Team races are getting pretty close. So I'm just gonna, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna pause this to get this up. I'm gonna share the screen here just to show you where the teams stand. If I can just do this for a second and try to explain to you what's going to be happening. These are the, this is in the team captain's report. I noticed I had the wrong link out there, so some people may not know, but these lists are all published in the men's league locker room. So if I screw up somewhere, usually that list is pretty good. But if you look at this, the top 16 teams, let's say from 3 to 19, these teams right now, and Team Bowls as well, would be vying for the A playoffs, which the winner wins a men's league fees. I think I'm going to men's league fees, $100 off men's league fees for next year. But it's important to note, it's important to have a high total, because if look, you got 4 teams here at 463. The way I break ties is who was leading the week before, and if they're tied there, who was leading the week before. So I start taking note of that, and so that's important. The B playoffs are the next 16 teams. The C playoffs are the third 16. The winners all win prizes in that division. So start taking note. Team Cada has a pretty good lead here with 484 points. 477 for Team LaPointe. They've been playing well. And so these are the top 16. So just take a note of that, where you stand, and it should be interesting to see what happens. So let's look at ghost pins. I don't know if I'll do it again. What I might do is maybe have one hole with a ghost pin, and I might do something like that in maybe the final, the closing. Maybe have one hole as a ghost pin, and then maybe have one hole with 4 or 5 pins cut, and offer if you put $5 in, if you get a birdie, you'll win something, or your name goes into a hat or something, to raise money for a worthy cause, probably for the first key program. So I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll get some input on that. So it was okay. I mean, it was kind of fun, but I didn't really find it was ghost pins. I mean, I kind of knew where the pin was, but just by looking at the group ahead of us. So not sure I'd do it again. Next week, don't forget our final week of green teas. We've had 1 week of it already, and so that's the green tea week, and so that's August 16th. And then on the following week, August 21st, we have the scores from June 26th being entered. That's a wild card week, and that leads to August 28th, which is the final week to qualify for the playoffs, whatever seeding you're going to get. So you really only have 2 weeks to qualify for those playoffs, and it should be interesting to see what happens on the 28th, and then we'll do our seeding, and then of course we'll do our predictions. Once sometime after August 14th, I'll be putting out a survey to all of you regarding the green teas for the older members, the 66 years of age and over, and with a proposal, what it means if we do that. Okay, we don't have to give up a lot, but we do have to give up something or change things. And we won't have to give up anything, but we may have to change how we do a few things. For example, prepaid skins would be changed. You got to have everybody going on to green teas, and it doesn't mean the whole year would be on green teas. I might have 2 weeks where you do play the white teas, and as I would have 2 weeks, everybody plays the green teas. So I think that's very popular. I think the better players like playing the green teas every once in a while too. It gives them a chance to really play. Okay, my rant. I've been picking on the good players now for a while. I'm not going to pick on you guys today. Nope. Not going to pick on you. You're playing well. Who I am going to pick on? I'm picking on the Masters. What is going on with the Masters group? Like unbelievable. These guys play every week, so there's no like, okay, I haven't reached my 12th round yet. No, most of them have 14 or 15 rounds. If Keith Ritchie is leading it right now with 220 points. Rod Sakiyama, who I gave an A+ to because I thought he'd be just ripping it up, has got 220 points. Now, 220 points is kind of below mediocre. Okay. That's below mediocre. If you look at the mid-amateur group, they're killing it right now. They got 228, 228, 227. Top 3 guys, 223, top 4 guys are killing it. We got 2 guys with 220, then it drops at 218, and I'm including myself in this group. I got lousy 215 points. And don't tell me that, okay, we're hitting from the white tees, we're not, I can't get on and get. Hey, come on. This is what handicaps are for, okay? You're playing lousy. Let's admit it, guys. We are not playing up to, quote, pardon the pun, par. Okay. We're not asking a lot. We just got to play better. We had ideal conditions yesterday. There's no reason why we can't do better. I expect this group to get the top players to get up to the 230 point mark. There's a long way to go before you do that. I mean, 10 points to recover that in the next, 10 rounds? Or what are week 15? Week 15, you've got 6 rounds to go. One of them's a wild card. I'm disappointed. And I expect better play, including from myself. I might look some of the guys on this list. Jim Delahunty. Jim Delahunty is so far down the list, 203 points. I know he just got his 12th round in, but Jim hits the ball a ton. He's the longest hitter we got in our group, and he just destroys the ball. There's no reason for him to get that low a score. Some of the other guys, Dave Shillington, former club champion, way down the list, 212 points. It's not doing it for me, guys. I mean, some of the other guys that were always in contention aren't even close. So, guys, time to pick up our socks and time to do better. Gentlemen, that's all I have for today. And so, until next week, play well.